What's the call?
I think the diehard passion fan in me comes from my Colombian side.
Look at this. Have you seen the video, ref? Are you kidding me?
If your best friend is getting married or your brother or sister are getting married, but there's a really big game, then you miss those weddings because the love for a team is more important than anything.
When I met Andreas, he's the one that really got me to really settle into being a fan of the Montreal Canadiens. He's so passionate. He's one of the most passionate Montreal Canadiens fans, I'd say, in the world.
I know Matt because we're from the same area of Quebec.
I've known Andreas for about 30 years now. At the golf course, I met Andreas and his best friend Brian, who are these two little punks because they're a bit younger than me. And they'd get me to go play golf with them, and they'd take all my money because we'd gamble on golf together. So that's how I met Andreas, and that's how we became friends.
You can't be a Montrealer without, being a Habs fan. And that doesn't matter if you're, just temporarily going to be in Montreal for a few years to go to university. You can't live and breathe Montreal without becoming a Habs fan.
I don't get to go to hockey games very often, but when we do, I like to get the best tickets possible. So today I'm surprising Andreas with 2 seats right behind the Montreal Canadiens bench.
Thanks, guys. Now we're good. Huh? Don't knock on it too much. I'll kick us out. They wouldn't let us in. They're filtering all the Habs fans. They're chucking Apple Watches and because we're from Montreal. I think we're trouble.
This footage was actually shot March 11th, 2025, over a year ago when the Montreal Canadiens came to Vancouver to play the Vancouver Canucks.
Yeah, so sitting right behind the bench was a first for me. I used to be a season ticket holder in Montreal, so I've gone to a lot of hockey games, but I've never had those seats where you're right behind the bench. And it's quite an experience because you can see every player within a couple of feet of yourselves.
Way to go, boys! Way to go! Let's go, there, boys! One more period, let's lock it up!
Andreas is a much bigger, passionate fan because I never really supported the Canadiens much because I had a dream to play in the NHL, and I figured I wasn't going to support any team because that was the place that I wanted to be, is in the NHL.
Between Matt and I'm definitely the more passionate fan. I mean, look at me. Matt, have you ever seen him with anything that says Habs on him? No, absolutely not. He's usually got a Buffalo, NFL something, or an LA hat on, but never any Habs gear, right? And then he's like, I'm a Habs fan. But then if you throw jabs at him, he gets pissed off, so I don't understand. Then he comes crawling back to me. But I love you, I love you.
The reason why this game is special is because Montreal only comes to town once a year. If not, I think only once every 2 years. So it's really special to come see the Montreal Canadiens play the Canucks at Rogers Arena.
Habs were basically being written off for the season. They had not been expected to make the playoffs since day one. We have a lot of young players. We've been going through a rebuild, and turns out we were about 2/3 through the season, and we were chasing that playoff spot, and we were in position to get that spot. And we were playing here in Vancouver, and we were up 3-1 in the third period, and it was an important game because we needed to win every game we could to basically continue to keep that hope alive.
Hey, Summer! Summer, we love you, buddy! We love you, Summer! He smiled there.
And what happens, Garland goes down, full on, throws his arms up in the air, throws the stick in the air, and the refs call it a penalty, but they take at least 90 seconds, I think probably at least 2 minutes before they make a call. And so I get up, passionate, and in, full heat mode. I'm sitting right behind the bench, so I see Martin St. Louis, and he's also upset, and there's still no call, and we're all wondering what the call is. They don't make a call, so I get up and I start screaming through the glass, what the ref, what the the call?
What's the call? Nothing. Look at that. Nothing. Just falls over. Look at it. Just falls over. What's the call? Look at this. Have you seen the video, ref?
Andreas does not have a bad bone in his body, and he has nothing but love and passion and support for the Montreal Canadiens. So yes, he's being a little bit rowdy, but in Montreal, at the Bell Center, this is completely normal. You should see the fans there. It's even more insane. You should see when they go to Buffalo.
Go, Habs, go! Go, Habs, go! Go, Habs, go!
Fans are incredibly loud, incredibly passionate, and security is, unless you're having a fist fight, you can stay the whole game. Like, that's not a big deal, right?
And so we could see all the replays, and all the players are turning back and looking at the thing, and St. Louis is looking at it. And again, there wasn't really any call other than Garland doing his Hollywood version of, his best free dive and the stick flying up into the air. So it was thanks to that the screaming also encouraged me to be like, what ref, because there was no call, and it was a key moment to make that call, and the refs didn't know what to call.
Watch the video! Watch the video! What the
Like, Vancouver is a soft city for hockey. What are we supposed to do? Like, sit on our butts with our thumbs up our ass? This isn't like the opera.
Are you kidding me?
The Habs fans that live and breathe the jersey like myself, I think it's really important to be loud and be into the game. And yeah, I think when other players play in Montreal, they always make a mention of how incredible it is, how much noise there is. And when you have great fans like us, we can change a game, or we can at least be a little part of changing some momentum.
Yes, it's a bit like much because he's yelling between the cracks of the glass. It's all good. It's entertaining. I'm having a good time. This is super entertaining.
Bullshit fucking call.
No call?
Bro, look, you watch it, the guy just throws his stick like.
I wasn't banging the glass. I wasn't doing too much. I was making noise. I was upset about the call.
We love you, Savard, don't worry. I don't have to shut up. I'm allowed to make noise in the game, but yeah, don't tell me to shut up.
Am I worried we're going to get kicked out? After seeing the look on the security guard's face and he radios up, I think Andreas might be getting kicked out.
So it's one or the other, right? Are you allowed to make some noise, or are you supposed to sit the down and shut the up? And I said, dude, it's a hockey game, but I'm not gonna sit the down. I'm allowed to make some noise. And he didn't give me another chance. There was no warning. Then he called in more security and a policeman. So Matt said, just go with them. They'll give you a warning. And next thing you know, I'm at the top of the stairs. No popcorn, no nothing. You got to go.
Oh, there's warning you. There's warning you.
But I didn't think they were going to kick him out. I've been at games where people have been a bit loud and they warn them once or twice, even 3 times I've seen, especially in those rows, because we work really hard to make the money to be able to afford those $500 tickets. So it's like, you're going to kick us out at the end of the game? The opposing fan is cheering on the opposing team? I think that really sucks.
Having fans that are passionate, angry at the refs, isn't that part of sport? I don't know. To me, it is.
No matter if you're at the top section or the bottom section, and no matter how much you pay for the tickets, you should at least get a warning.
And in the moment, I had no idea that he was going to actually make that quick call. But as soon as I said, I'm not sitting down and I'm not shutting up, he just talked into his mic and called his, he didn't come and do it himself. I wouldn't have gone so easy if I had known it was that quick. I would have just said, hey, I'm dead weight, try and carry me out of here. Côte de Bœuf all day long.
After the game, we jumped in a limousine because it's like $150. They're right there, and they'll bring you to like wherever you want to go really quick. So you have to wait for an Uber. I think we grabbed a drink somewhere and we called it a night.
You know, if you're not allowed to go into a building where they're saying, let's make some noise, let's, support your team, and, you want to bring passion to the game and get your players into it, right? If you're not allowed to do that, I think it's something needs to be double checked. But it looks like the Canucks have the Sedin brothers coming into town, so maybe they'll bring a little more energy.
It was a fun night. We drank Aperol Spritz right behind the Montreal Canadiens bench at the Rogers Arena and caused a little bit of havoc.
In between the periods of that game, there were multiple Canuck fans that came up to me, some of them chirping me because I had my flag and my big jacket and my jersey, but most of them, I think at least 3 different people came up and said, hey, we love having you guys in the building. You guys are so passionate. You bring so much energy to the building. And then as soon as I get up and make a little noise and scream, apparently I'm supposed to leave the building.
So comment below on who you think is going to win the Stanley Cup and if you guys have ever been kicked out of a hockey game or whatever for being ding-dongs. We were not ding-dongs. Andreas was just a bit passionate. And can you blame him? And again, in the words of Jake Everts, a producer I looked up to, aren't we lucky, aren't we fortunate to be spinning on this rock flying through the universe and having the privilege to have gone to a Montreal Canadiens game and for you guys to watch this video. So yeah, make sure to like, share, and subscribe and comment below.